of you are watching this video as a series of Dhamma which is organized by Leicester Dharmasoka Buddhist Vihara, headed by the Venerable Thero. Today is the 22nd Dhamma during this Vaasana retreat. Everybody knows in this period, all over the world, people are suffering from this epidemic, coronavirus. Therefore, they can't attend temples or place of worships. Therefore, all of our devotees stay at home and participating online for all these programs. So you know very well, during this rainy retreat, normally it starts from Asala Full Moon Day or July Full Moon Day to October Full Moon Day. During this period, our monks, especially Theravada monks all over the world, they follow this special precept as Buddha laid down it 2,500 years ago. Therefore, it is a close relationship with monks as well as lay devotees. More than other days, devotees try to come to temple and participate for the religious activities such as Dana, Sila, Bhavana. As I mentioned earlier, because of this year, this coronavirus, our devotees can't make it to visit monks or temple. Therefore, as we are having modern technology, we are participating online. That is why today you are watching in front of your device. As I mentioned, Leicester Dharmasoka Vihara is organizing this Dharma throughout this rainy retreat. Today is the 22nd. We come to know that there are two families got together to organize, sponsor this special event tonight. Mr. Pradeep and Mrs. Ramya and family members, as well as Mr. Dixon and Mrs. Anusha and family members here in UK and back in Sri Lanka. There are a few reasons for them to organize this special Dhamma tonight. Mrs. Ramya's beloved father, who passed away 3 years ago, late Mr. Mattumage Gunasekara, and all departed friends and relatives, remembering them, paying your utmost respect, gratitude, love, kindness. Those are the things. And secondly again, Mr. Dixon's beloved mother, who passed away a year ago, late Mrs. Mary Josephine, as well as all the departed relatives. And finally, to bless beloved daughter Amandi, who is going to start tomorrow school, secondary school, and advanced level classes starting tomorrow. Therefore, she is going to attend it, and we bless her for her good education, good development, all the activities related to education. Also, to bless Mr. Dixon's and Mrs. Anusha's and all other family members who are living here and there. Those are the main reasons today we came to know. Actually, I thought to discuss few matters in briefly. According to the timetable, there is not much time as we got limited period. I came to know and I thought as our communities, not only this country, not only these cities, but all over the world, people are having problem. That is why Buddha one day given a special Dhamma to one deity who came to ask few questions from the Buddha. This is mentioned in Sanyutta Nikaya, Devata Sanyutta. It is said, Anto jata bahi jata, jata hi jati tapaja, tantang gotama puchama, ko imang vijate jata. When a deity came to see Buddha, and he got this question not only in communities but all over the world. That is why Anto Jata Bahi Jata Jata Hi Jati Tapaja Tantang Gotama Puchama Ko Imang Vijate Jata. Anto Jata, because we are telling Jata means the knot. Anto Jata, because in this regard, we are not talking real rope and knot, but it is mentioning about our problems. Antojata, within our inside, that is related to mind. Antojata Bahijata, outside, oneself, family members, relatives, friends, neighbors, all over. Problem. Antojata Bahijata Jata hi Jatita Paja. Because the people are entangled with all these problems within the mind as well as society. Tantang Gotava Puchama Koima Vijate Jata. Venerable Sir, on behalf of many communities, I want to ask you the answer for these questions. Tantang Gotama Puchama Ko Imam Vijate. Who is the person who can get rid of these difficulties? I'm going to explain it a bit later. And the Buddha straight away giving answer. Sile patittaya naro sapanyo chittam panyanja bhave atape nipakosadu so imang vijate jata. Sile patittaya naro sapanyo chittam panyanja bhave. Everybody knows very well, all our Buddhists, every morning or every special occasion, they observe Panchasila. Probably most of you know very well what is this Sila. It is a Sila means code of practice, discipline. As you know very well, Buddha laid down all these principles. If we say Panchasila, it is not a forceful command. It is voluntary advice. But I know some religion, they are having 10 commandments or this thing, that thing. But it is not a command. It is a self-discipline, self-control, moral code. Normally, for the day-to-day life, lay people are having Panchasila, or special days, some devotees observe Attasil or Dasasil, Attasil 8 precept and 10 precept, and again, when a young boy becomes a Samanera, he also having Samanera seal. Novices, the precept for the novices. And again, Upasampada Sila, higher ordinated monks are having 227 precepts. during the Buddha's time, Buddha had 4 group of devotees. Not only devotees, it is the monks, nuns, and upasaka and upasika. Male devotees as well as female devotees. That is why bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, upasaka, upasika. You can understand all these groups had different kind of precept. For example, when higher ordinated monks get higher ordination or upasampada, they got to follow 227 special precepts. And the female nuns, they got 327. It is 100 precepts more than monks. Therefore, because that is what Sile Patittae Naro Sapanyo, because when we are staying on this foundation means Sila. We have to stay on this good foundation. Sile Patittae Naro Sapanyo Chittang Panyancha Bhave. Then the person, either monk or lay person, got to stay on this strong foundation and develop chittang panya, develop the mind through the wisdom. That is why everybody, most of you know what is Eightfold Path. When the Buddha given the first sermon at Savatthi, Veluwane, for the 5 ascetics, Kondanya, Vappa, Badhya, Mahanam, Asaji, in this 4 noble truth, in last one, Eightfold Path. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, Samma Ajiva, Samma Vyama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi. Like this, because these 8 facts, we divide Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. We divide into 3 categories, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. Sorry, as I mentioned, I have no time to explain in details, but everybody know, because this Eightfold Path coming under 3 categories, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. When you stay, it is really clearly connecting this. Sile Patittae Naro Sapanya Chittam Panyancha Bhave. As we said, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna, when the person is staying in this good foundation, Sila, then develop mind, Sila, Samadhi, because they are trying to develop mind day by day, little, then eventually become Panya. Sile Patittae Naro Sapanyo Chittam Panyancha Bhave. That is why Buddha again said, when we are talking about Buddhism in nutshell or in very briefly, we say Sabba Papasa Akaranam Kusalasa Upasampada Sachitta Pariyodapanam Etam Buddhanusasana. Because if someone asks what is Buddhism, then we have to say in briefly, Sabba Papasa Akaranam, to avoid all evil things. Sabba Papasa Kusala Sopasampada, develop good mind or good activities. That is that again it is coming under Eightfold Path, it is coming as well. Sabba Papasa Akaranam Kusala Sopada Sachitta Parayodapana, develop your mind That is the Buddha's advice always. So now again, when we are going, then again, Atapi Nipako Bhikkhu so imam vijitayata. The monk or nun or lay Buddhist who are following this special way of practicing, then what is happening? Atapi Nipako Bhikkhu so imam vijitayata. When these communities, if I say communities mean monks, nuns, upasaka, upasikas, when they develop their mind, they erase their impurities. Impurity means place. So again you can understand, as I mentioned clearly, as the deity asked Buddha, requested to Buddha explain again, Anto jata, bahi jata, jatahi jatita pata, tantang gotam puchama ko imam ujjite jatan, then sile patittaye naro sapanyo chittam panyancha bhave, atapi nipako bhikkhu so imam ujjite. We can understand again Panchasila in briefly because of our children watching this. Therefore, I am telling our children what is Pahanatipata, because normally always we say in simply, don't kill anything. Don't kill means that is right, but that is not only one thing. Don't kill we are doing mentally, physically, verbally. Mentally we are thinking our bad will to against other people. Mentally, you can, probably you must have heard about Chakkupala Vaktu. During the Buddha's time, there was a monk who came Arahant later, who was blind. One day he was doing meditation in his compound. He is blind. Then, without knowing, he was walking on lot of ants. Lot of ants being killed because of his walking around. Meditate. Then looking at this, some of other monks complained to the Buddha. Then Buddha called this monk Chakkupala and asked, is it right these monks are complaining against you? Are you wrong or right? Venerable Chakkupala said, I am blind. I am doing walking meditation. I don't know what is in and around. Then Buddha said, that is right. You had no any intention to kill those insects. If you kill that insect knowing that you are committing some kind of wrong action. Therefore, without know, that is what I said, kayena vacha chittena, mentally, physically and verbally. Then you can understand what we are doing. With intention, if we kill or try to kill or think to kill the living being in front of you, that is wrong. Actually, this is not only human being or animal or anything, but even environment. I think most of children who are studying at schools, this environment, vegetation, because of this vegetation, every day we are breathing good air. If there is no good and good, pure, clean air, we can't breathe nicely. We have to die. That is why environmentalists all over the world urging people not to cut down trees, because the trees means also living beings. That is also, if you are doing harm you are not doing correct thing. Therefore, as I mean, the Panati Pata Veramani Sikha Padan Samadhi, I mean, when we are thinking, allowing people, human being, animal, or vegetation, or rainforest, or whatever, you can imagine, because sometimes during the summertime, most of the countries getting fire and destroy most of the vegetation, because that is very bad for the environment in the world. No matter which country, it is suffering people all over. Then again, when you are thinking, when you are talking about a killing, again there must be 5 reasons to commit pure killing. For example, let us take a cattle. You are having a mind to kill this cattle. Mind. As I always, this the topic of this mind. You must have a mind, intention to kill this animal. Then you are thinking, okay, so I want to kill this animal. Then I have to make a method. What is that method? Whatever method. Then again, you know this living being is alive. It is not a dead carcass. This dead body, not a dead body. Then it must be a living being, and you have an idea, intention, and you are using a method, and again, you are using some sort of method, as I mean, finally, you are killing this innocent animal. Then you are properly committing a suicide. Even in the world today, some people suicide. That also pure killing. Even myself, if I kill myself, I am committing real, true, the commitment of killing a person. Therefore, even our children must understand not to harm anybody, not to insult anybody, even our environment, world, everything. The same way, Adinna Dana Veramani Sikha Padan Samadhyam. Not to take anything which is not given. That is steal. Again, you may same theory apply to the everything. Same theory. And thirdly, Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikha Padan Samadhyam. Some may think this is a relationship man and woman. No, that is not the real thing. Kamesu means our craving. For what? We got 5 institutes within our body. What are these? Chakku, Sota, Jivva. Always you can see we got mouth, we got ear, we got eyes, we got nose, we got mind. These are the Chakku, Sota, Gahana, Jivva, Mana. Always we are trying to get some sort of pleasure through all these organs. That is what Kamesu Michachara. Now today, if I get 1,000 pounds, probably I keep it, still I am not satisfied. My mind is telling it is not enough, I must get some more. When I have a car today, still I am not happy. I need to get more expensive, more worth car. That is craving. Kamesu Michachara Veramani. Now, for example, our ladies always making decoration within face, within hair, everything. That is craving. Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikha Padan Samadhyam. Now, We have to live in this society clean and nicely. That is separate thing. But if we are going behind craving, that we are committing some sort of sin. Again, Musavada, Viramani, Sikkapada, Samadhyami. Our children must not tell any kind of lies. If you need anything, you are free to ask mom or dad, I need this thing. I know that thing. But you should not go to secretly to dad's pocket and get money. It is not a good habit. That is why such people are living currently in prisons. Parents must advise not to steal anything today. Even if parents allow them to steal today, if they okay, not to do tomorrow, but you have to emphasize children must not steal again and steal. If parents allow them to do that, they are ending from the prison. And again, finally, Sura Mere Majjupama Dattana Viramani Sikkapada Samadhi. Our children, our elders must understand, and you know that all over the world, currently, the problem is drug problem. Drugs, hard drugs, alcohol, all these items are a menace for the communities. That is why, again, person to person, community to community, country to country, it is becoming a big problem. Even some governments can't control this menace at all. Killing each other, stealing things when they don't have enough money to take drugs, they steal. Eventually they are killing each other, and most of them are ending from the prison. Therefore, these are 5 precepts, as I mentioned earlier, not commandment. If I follow all these precepts, that is for my security. I am following this moral code for my pure heart, pure atmosphere, and clean atmosphere, and my own security. Not only my own security, my family members, neighbors, society, country. That means become a good person. And again, I have to tell our children, don't try to become a big person. Always, even our parents must understand, don't try to make them big, but you must try to become a good person. What is good person? How we are recommending this? Every child, everybody must have love, respect, obey to parents, elders, teachers, kindness, compassionate mind. All these good qualities, when you are having, you are a perfect person. That is why Sile Patitai Narosapanyu Chittam Panyancha Bal Atapi Niposa Soima. When they are doing this, they are removing their problem. Now again, I have to tell, even probably most of this special period around the world, there are coronavirus. How many people are suiciding because of depression inside? Because some people say, I can't sleep night, insomnia. But it is not the problem of atmosphere or bed or pillow. It is the reason of your mind. If your mind is not working properly, if it is not peaceful, that is, you can't sleep. Always burning your mind, thinking this thing, that thing, everything. Therefore, always we have to develop that is what again, Sile Patita Naroda Chittam. Chittam Panyancha Bhavaya. We know a lot of our devotees, sometimes they go to temple from morning to evening, worshipping, paying respect, but that is not enough. We have to balance. That is a Chittam Panyancha Bhavi. We have to balance it like a scale. Because they are so, in Sri Lanka we say, Moda Shraddha. Moda Shraddha means they are having good intention, paying respect to go to the Vihara, take the Buddha Puja, Dana, doing this and that thing. But there is no meaning how they are doing. But you have to keep it in balance. Chittam Panyancha, Panya wisdom. That is why again, eightfold path, I said Sila Samadhi Panya. We have to stay in the Sila foundation. We have to develop the mind and through the wisdom. Then we are becoming perfect. Again, as I mentioned, who can do this? Ātāpi nipako sadhu so imam vijite eta. The monk, nun, upasaka, upasika, who are trying to develop this mind, they are untying these knots. Untying means removing all these problems. Because as I mentioned, nowadays, or most of the time, some people coming to us also seeking for counseling. Why? They are having problem. Mental problem. Mental problem means they are entangled with different kind of problem. Either husband, either wife, either girlfriend or boyfriend, either parent or children, or neighbors and neighbors, society and society. With this, people are having unnecessary problems. Then we have to, that is, we say, when they are entangling all these problems, we say depression. When they are having depression, they can't sleep. As I mentioned, it is not a problem of the pillow or bed. It is a problem of your mind. You must have heard during the Buddha's time, again, there were a lot of monks, nuns came to Buddha. Their stories are written in some books. It is called Theragata and Therigata. Thera means monks. Because of these special books, the monks, they are comparing previous life and when they become monk life. That is called Theragata, and Therigata means the nuns. When they were living in the society, they had to face various kind of difficulties, either mentally, either physically. Getting various kind of problems, facing various kind of either financial or house problem or husband, as I mentioned, they could not bear this. Eventually, looking for some relief, came to Buddha. And they and they followed the Buddha's advice, and eventually they become Arahat. Those who are able to read these books, you can understand. When they become understand, they are telling their life story. Their life story. It is, we say, Theragata and Therigata. And again, because probably most of you heard Sunita, Sopaka, Patachara, all these characters coming in Buddhist literature. Patachara, the woman, a lady who lost her child, but she did not know the child is dead. Because of sickness, the child died. Thereafter, she was taking this child house to house, person to person, asking some kind of medicine. Eventually, somebody directed her to the Buddha. And Buddha said, "Don't worry, I can cure your child." Look at this. Because the Buddha, according to the occasion, he given the advice and showed the way. Oh, then this lady was so happy. Then asked, "Okay, if you can cure my child, what can I do? What should I do?" "Okay, don't worry. Keep the child as this is and go to any house where there is no death and go and bring a handful of mustard." Buddha advisor, "No problem. You go, leave the child here. I look after. You go nearby or anywhere where there has not been a death." Okay. She said it is an easy job. Then she went to first house, asked to cure her child some kind of from the mustard seeds. They given and asked, "Were there any death or anything?" Yes, last week somebody died. Last year somebody, if it is so, I don't know. The second house, same thing. Third house, same. Then she went around the whole village and every house, from every houses, she got the same answer. Eventually, she understood this is not happen only to my son. It is common for everybody. Now Buddha, through his knowledge, given this counseling to this lady to cure her mind. Eventually she understood that. She understood. Then she thought, "Venerable sir, I understand now, not only my son, everybody is going to die." She became a nun, eventually she became Arahant. And again, you can, as I mentioned earlier, Rajumala. Rajumala is a servant girl. She was working in a rich family because of the lady, head of the house, always hitting her. And eventually, she cut her hair. Lot of various kind of difficulties from morning to evening and midnight she was working, but still housewife is not satisfied. Then what she done, this housewife put a rope around her neck and put that rope and taking here. That is why it is came Rajumala. Because the like garland, she put this rope and dragging here and there. Then eventually she came to see the Buddha and she became nun and attained arahantship. That is why Therigata. They are explaining what kind of previous life when they were lay people. Then when they explaining how nice, how comfortable life they were following. The same way, Sunita, Sopaka, Rajumala, all these people are doing the things in a miserable way. So again, people who are having peaceful mind, peaceful atmosphere, peaceful environment, they are happy when they are not angry, hatred, all this dirty mind, when they are not having, they are happy. That is why in Dhammapada said, "Ida nandati, pecha nandati, kata punyo, ubayata nandati. Punyam me kata nandati." When they are telling, because ida nandati, in this world, the person is happy. because of good actions, good work, no hatred, nothing. Mind is pure, clear. Ida nandati pecha nandati katapunyo ubayata nandati. Because in this world also they are happy. When they die, in after the death they also happy. Punyam me katadati biyo sugati gatu. Because they are becoming more and more happy and they are attaining heaven. And again, the other side, Premato jayati soko, Premato jayati bayang, Premato vippa buttas, natti soko kutopa Premato. Then again, we have to go about the craving. I told you earlier, because the people are kamesu michachara veramani sikka bhajan samadhi in there, when we are attached to the thing, premato jayati bhayam, because this attachment is getting scared. Premato jayati bhayam, premato vipamuttas nati sokakuto bhayam. If we are not craving, attached to this world, attached to each other, attached to the properties, attached to the money or whatever, there is no suffering. That is what the Prince Siddhartha left. Even left his newborn baby and beautiful wife, even kingdom he left. That is why always in Jataka stories we read Bodhisattva's previous lives. Especially today, I would like to thank those who are listening. You have to develop your mind, keeping Satara Sangraha Vastu, that four kind of wealth. Dane, Priyavachana, Arthatarya, Samad Mata. Dane, again, Dana means Panchasila. When you are observing, following Panchasila, that is Dana. Not only giving food. Dane, Priyavachana, good sweet words. Parents can talk to children with nice words. Children can talk to the parent. So, like this old society, when you are giving good words, kind words, even animals love to you. Dani Priyate Arthacharya, always we have to use our body, mind, our words for good action. Arthacharya, to do the good jobs. Dani Privachana Artha Saman, always there is no superior men or women. Always we are equal to each other. There is no black or white or brown or whatever. Everybody is human being. Even animals, they got their own life. Everybody is scared of killing. Sabbe tatansi dandasa, sabbe bhayati machuno, attana upamakatva nahanaye nagate. Sabbe tatansi dandasa. Everybody, even this insect, is scared of killing, harming. Sabbe tatansi dandasa, sabbe bhayati machuno. Everybody is scared of death. Attana upamakatva nahanaye nagate. Therefore, you have to compare. You are scared of beating, you are scared of death. Therefore, you compare your own life, therefore, not to do any harm to anybody. According to the time, it is reaching to 8. But finally, as I mentioned, when we are happy, we can live in peacefully. That is what Buddha said, Bahum ve sarananyanti, pabbhatani vananicha, arama ruka chetyani, manussa bhayata jita. Bahum ve sarananyanti. Because the people, those who can't understand, Bahum ve sarananyanti, pabbhatani, in olden days, people worship mountains, huge trees, thinking there is somebody, some the invisible beings. Bahum ve sarananyanti pabbhatani vananicha. Aramaruka Chityani Manusa Bhayachadya, when they scared of anything, even when it is raining, they were scared. When it is lightning, thundering, they scared. When they are tornadoes, they scared. They thought unseenable powers are giving. That is correct. It is nature is giving some punishment when the people are not behaving well. As I mentioned earlier, when we are cutting down the vegetation, the nature will punish us. Therefore, our children must understand, our elders must understand and follow what I said according to your mind. So therefore, I would like to conclude today's Desana saying, as I mentioned name and everything earlier, remember those two families, Mr. Pradeep and Mrs. Ramya and family, Mr. Dixon and Mrs. Anusha and family, and I mentioned all the reasons why you are organizing this ceremony today with the help of Leicester Dharmasoka Buddhist Vihara headed by Hasalaka Sirimala Thero. So therefore, by today observing Panchasila at the beginning and doing the puja, offering beverages, flowers, incense, lights and everything. Listening to this Dhamma Desana, that is, as I mentioned earlier, you involved with Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Kayena Vacha Chittena, mentally, physically and verbally, you involved with Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Offering, observe Panchasila, Bhavana means you have been listening for nearly 1 hour. So therefore, you have collected a lot of meritorious deeds. All these meritorious deeds may transfer to our beloved relatives who passed away, as I mentioned earlier. If they are waiting or willing to observe this, may they observe and become happier. Eventually, may they attain everlasting happiness of Nibbana by the power of all these meritorious activities. And again, all these meritorious deeds, let us transfer to our deities, whoever guarding us, looking after us, who are in our atmosphere. If they are looking at us, may they all observe these meritorious deeds, become happier, and eventually they was also attain everlasting happiness of Nibbana. Today, as I mentioned, all the families, all the listeners who have been involved with this meritorious action, by the power of all these meritorious action as well as by the power of noble religion, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, as well as by the power of all deities, may you be well and happy and also have a good health for many years to come. Thank you. Abhivadana Silisa Nichang Vajapataino Chataro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuanno Sukammalang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sakya Sampatti Mevache Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijatu.